Hi viewers, the purpose of this recording is to walk over the configuration and deployment of Mule domain projects on on-prem runtime. Let's get started. Firstly, let's take a look at the domain project created in the Anypoint Studio. I have three configurations here: a HTTP listener, a HTTPS listener, and a configuration properties. So the use of this configuration properties is to allow us to dynamically retrieve the property file based on the environment and server. You can see here that I have two placeholders, a Mule domain to fetch my proper domain and a Mule environment to fetch my environment file. So based on these two placeholders, the config.yaml file will be fetched. You can see here that I have 4 folders created reflecting my server names API, sys, batch1 and batch2. Each such folder is containing 4 files which reflects my environment: dev, QA, SFDC QA and my UAT. I'm switching over to the terminal now. So we are going to walk over the deployment of a domain project on one of my UAT servers. I'm logged in using my login credentials. I'm switching over to the UAT user. The first step would be to create an environment variable mule.env to specify that this is the UAT environment. I'm doing a list at my home folder. So to create a persistent environment variable, our first step would be to make an entry in the bash profile file. Performing an insert. Okay, so now we have made an entry mule.env and we are specifying that with the value UAT. I am saving and exiting the file. So the next step would be to make it persistent. So we'll have to run the source command. Alright. We can quickly check if the environment variables are reflected using the print env. So we do have our environment variable created successfully. So the next step would be to navigate to the conf folder, this time to edit the wrapper.conf file. Trying to open and edit my conf file. Performing an insert operation. I'm scrolling to the bottom. So I am making a new additional entry. I'm calling it 30. So ideally it should be of an incremental order and it should be unique. Creating the key value pair called mule.domain. I am setting it to the value API since we are concerned about the API server here. Saving and exiting the file. So the next step would be to navigate to the bin folder where we will perform a mule restart so that the wrapper.conf entries are reflected in the mule runtime. Okay, so this is done. I am trying to exit the UAT user now. So in my login users home directory, I have copied the jar file. So I have exported this mule domain project and I have loaded it onto my WinSCP. So here I am trying to copy it from my EC2 user to my UAT user. So the domain project needs to be deployed under domains directory. So it has been successfully moved and deployed. Again I am moving it to the UAT user. Quickly navigating under my bin directory. I am performing another mule restart. So next step would be to ensure that our mule project is successfully deployed. So I am checking it via the logs. I'm navigating to the logs folder and I'm trying to tail my mule log. So as we can see here that our mule domain project has been successfully deployed. So this would have dynamically picked the API folder and under API based on the environment I set UAT, so this file will be loaded. Thank you for watching this video. Good luck in your deployment of the Mule domain project on the on-prem runtime.